a celebration of racing history in Watkins Glen. We continue our conversation with Team Zacharias, some highlights from Thunder Mountain Speedway, all that and more on this edition of The Race Report. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of the Race Report. I'm Ron Hills. We'll get right to some racing action from last Sunday at Thunder Mountain Speedway.
As they run into turn number one, Fulper on the outside. Charlie Hendrickson Jr. down on the bottom. He's going to lead them down into turn number three.
Charging hard. Here comes Craig Pope on the inside lane, battling for third. Battle for the lead on lap number one.
Kevin Jordan making a good move down here, coming out of turn number four. And as they work it on down the backstretch.
Heading into the corner now. Hot and heavy action up front. Hendrickson's got the lead. Battle now for fifth.
Couple guys getting together there as they work it hard through the turns. Some contact going on, but everyone seems to be headed in the right direction.
Brian White in the 56 making his way up through the field now. White getting by Craig Pope, Gary Card behind him, then Shane Jablanka.
Hendrickson continues to show the way. Fulper right there second. Chance Spoonhour third. Eddie White is fourth. Kevin Jordan rounding out your top five.
Eddie White is in fourth, then Jordan behind him, then Brian White, Pope, Gary Card, Jablanka, down the back they go.
Lisa Cody a little wide there in the 11L. She's going to slow. Charlie Hendrickson started up front, got a good run. He's looking to pick up one of these short track Super Series events.
Battle now brewing for the number 4 spot. Jordan in the 22 putting the pressure on Eddie White heading into turn number 1.
Kevin Jordan now, he's up to challenge Eddie White for position number 4 as they work it hard out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway.
Brian White, Eddie White now battling into the turn with the number 22 of Kevin Jordan down the back. Good 3-car battle.
Lamp traffic going to be an issue here. And about a lap and a half as they work it out of turn 2. Charlie Hendrickson with a pretty commanding lead, but he's going to have to slow up here momentarily.
Hendrickson now catching the back end of the field. He's got a pretty big lead. Here comes Jordan making his way by Eddie White. Brian White right there with him.
The Bob Lineman and Mikey Nagel. We got Brian White in trouble up on the high side. That's going to bring out a caution. Caution on the speedway. Green is out. J.R. Fulper up on the outside gets a second. Hang on, we got 2 of them around. We got 3 around, 4 around. 5 officially coming to a stop here. Try this one more time. Out of the turn, Charlie Hendrickson Jr. Matt Hendrickson scrap metal ride. Fulper trying him again on the outside. Look at Chance Spoonhour. Kevin Jordan went way high. Brian White, whatever problems he had, just reoccurred. Well, looks like he's got her back going.
Here comes Hendrickson and Fulper. Hendrickson keeping Fulper at bay. Spoonhour to the inside. Down the back straightaway now battling for the second position.
Think it'd be some kind of a fuel problem. Larry Mechnick now in trouble. In the 06, he's going to the top side. Caution going to come out here. Green is back out. Mechnick back on the accelerator. He's back out there, but coming out of the turn is still Charlie Hendrickson Jr., Fulper, and Spoonhour.
Here comes Jordan now. Kevin Jordan and Eddie White battling into the corner down the back straightaway. Good battle there. Chris Jordan now throws his hat into the ring.
Cross flags, 13 in, 12 to go in this 25 lap makeup short track Super Series event. Chris Jordan now challenging Eddie White.
Here comes Shane Jablonka, the Hurricane Jablonka now, trying to move into the top 5. Hendrickson again holding off Fulper.
Jablonka wants to gain every spot he can. As he's challenging Brian White, just open the car stays together so he can finish just like we say. Again, having problems.
Whatever it is, it's either electrical or fuel related. White had trouble again on the back, yellow is on.
You gotta believe he's either having ignition problems and it's shutting off on him, or having some kind of a fuel issue where it cuts off and then he picks it back up. But a bad break for him. He'll go in, the crew will have to go to work on the car. Green is back out and we're back racing.
17 cars on the track, so Brian White will probably finish about 18th position. Down the back straightaway now, Eddie White being challenged now by Chris Jordan. Kevin Jordan now challenging Spoonhour for third.
Eddie White getting a piece of Chris Jordan going down the front straightaway. But Charlie Hendrickson Jr. been unchallenged other than on a restart. J.R. Fulper's been able to make a bid. Now here comes Spoonhour to the inside of Fulper.
Motoring into the turn, down the back straightaway now. It's Spoonhour putting the pressure on J.R. Fulper. Great battle for the number 2 position.
Got a big battle mid-back there between Dan Berman and Bob Lineman as they continue to work hard. Chris Pope out of shape. He gets it straightened back up there in the back of the pack.
Jordan, White, then Jablonka, then Dustin Jordan into the turn. Hillis is next in line. Jablonka now putting some pressure on Eddie White, trying to move up another position.
Down out of turn 2 and down the backstretch. Charlie Hendrickson Jr. Pretty comfortable lead, about a 9-car advantage. Jan Spoonhour continues to work on J.R. Fulper with 4 to go.
Into the corner, Spoonhour and Fulper really going at it, battling down the back straightaway. Hot and heavy action for the number 2 position. This time by 22 complete.
That's a big battle for second and third. Then we got a 3-car battle for 4, 5, and 6. Again, Spoonhour now to the inside of Fulper.
2 laps to go. Lap traffic will be coming up for Charlie Hendrickson. Heading into the corner. 2 to go. Spoonhour still pressuring for second.
Oh, my. Richie Hillis just making a caution out of Bob Lineman Jr. Keep your eye on the starter. Ronnie Ford, he gives him the green. Green means go. Fulper jumps to the outside, can't do it. Kevin Jordan going to try to slingshot under. Spoonhour can't do it. Fulper with a last-ditch effort here.
Fulper trying to go after Hendrickson again. White flag waves, 1 to go. Jordan pressuring Spoonhour down the front.
Spoonhour and Kevin Jordan, they got their own little brouhaha. Chris Jordan on their back bumper. Charlie Hendrickson Jr. going to get the win. Fulper for 2, Spoonhour for 3, Kevin Jordan for 4, Chris Jordan for 5.
Feature event held over from May the 29th. And then we'll get into our regular program. Here come the Fight Night Street Stocks.
Out of the turn. That's not going to happen. Bob Bono firing a tad early. He's going to get called for premature acceleration. So, take 2. Green is out. Rich Sharpstein with the early advantage. Way down on the inside, Doug Stack Jr. You know, he'd love to win this one for his good friend Sidoni. Out up on the outside now, Damon Decker. Trying to make it 3 wide on the top side.
And he'll do so down the front. Decker looking for third around Bob Buono, battling for that position. Down the back, we got a battle for the lead.
Bob Buono, a little bit of smoke coming out of his machine. Kevin Garland in a strange car here, borrowed a car to get into the race tonight. Same way with Buck Mills. He'll be running a Sportsman later on. He's driving the Eric Boynton car because he was qualified in that last event.
Decker now in third after getting by Buono, now trying to catch the lead duo. Off the corner they come down the straightaway. Here's Doug Stack putting the pressure on Sharpstein.
Hang on, we got Teddy Morseman around. Nick Robinson, a nice move to avoid contact. Nick and Knight. Green is back out. Doug Stack Jr., he gets pushed up a little bit by Sharpstein. That opens the bottom up, and here comes Damon Decker as we have a simultaneous spin in turn number 1. So everything that happened, you can get an eraser out, it meant nothing. Zip. Absolutely nothing. Out of 4 they come. Green is out, hammers down, and we're racing. Again, this time Rich Sharpstein gets away clean. Look at Dinard, 3 wide on the bottom, but he bobbles. That's going to cost him, and here comes the man with 2 first names, Jared Dennis, in the 1-2-1.
Yeah, and also here comes Decker. He's up the second now down the straightaway. Decker making the move on the inside now, going after the leader down the back straightaway, Rich Sharpstein.
Trevor Dudley getting to the inside of the 21 into 15. But the battle up front is still Rich Sharpstein. Damon Decker for 2. Stack for 3.
Into the corner now, down the back straightaway they go. Stack is in third spot. Then the 121 of Dennis is in fourth. Then we've got the number 5 of Deinhardt next in line.
A lot of guys battling. Earl Zimmer now on the move down on the inside with his 2EZ. Look at Jonathan Carpenter trying to go 3 wide down on the bottom. Battle starting to brew up front. Here comes Damon Decker. Here goes the car around. Out of the turn, Green is out. Sharpstein back out front. Damon Decker up on the outside down low. It's Doug Stack Jr. and Diner way down low.
Heading down the back straightaway now. Battle for the lead. Here comes Decker on the outside. Off the corner. Can't get by Sharpstein.
Way down on the inside. Here comes the logger, Earl Zimmer. He's trying to work around a couple of cars. Way up on the outside, Jared Dennis in the 121. Diner bobbles. That cost him a little bit. And here comes Zimmer.
Yeah, and right behind Zimmer is Jonathan Carpenter. Carpenter rim riding on the outside. They're 3 wide mid-pack, and we got a battle for the lead down the back.
Now we got a challenge again for the top spot to the stripe. It's going to be Damon Decker, your new leader now, in that number 89 junior.
Decker and Sharpstein battling for the number 1 spot down the back straightaway. Great battle up front, and now Decker is the leader.
Decker, your leader. Sharpstein second. Doug Stack Jr. running third. Fourth is Earl Zimmer. And running fifth is Deinhardt. Now Stack taking over second.
Heading into the corner, Stack now dropping Sharpstein back another notch. Started on the pole, now back to third. The logger Earl Zimmer now in fourth position. And then we've got the number 5 of Deinhardt. Heading into the turn, Decker to the inside, 3 wide, down the front.
Baby. Decker 3 wide on the bottom of the lap traffic. Coming around to pick up the win is the 89 junior of Decker. 41S of Doug Stack second. Jonathan Carpenter third.
Last Sunday's winners included Charlie Hendrickson Jr., Eric Leet, Kurt Decker, Daryl Krebs, Don Harvey, Jamie France, and Rich Gardner. When we return, we'll continue our conversation with 3 generations of Team Zacharias. More straight ahead on this edition of The Race Report.
You're watching The Race Report on Fox 40.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network? Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
98.1 The Hawk, number 1 for 20 in a row.
This is Jason Aldean.
Hot new country.
This is Luke Brown.
And kiss tomorrow goodbye.
This is Charles, Dave,
and Hillary.
And we are Lady Annabella.
And I don't know why you don't take me downtown anymore.
Binghamton's Hot New Country.
This is Carrie Underwood. Every tear-soaked whiskey memory blown away.
Binghamton's Hot New Country. 98.1 The Hawk.
For 3 generations, we've been building world-class American performance.
Like the new Edelbrock Power Package Top-End Kit, based on Edelbrock's powerful RPM crate engines. Each kit includes aluminum heads and intake, cam and lifters, gaskets, and hardware to build your own 400-plus horsepower Chevy small block. For 3 generations, it's pure American performance from the leader. Call now for your free Edelbrock catalog.
Edelbrock makes them right here in the USA.
Welcome back to the Race Report. We continue our conversation with 3 generations of the winningest family in Twin Tier racing history. I'm going to address Jim with this one because back in those days, I don't think you had to bring the wallet to the team. You brought the talent to the team, and the guy put a car under you. Am I right?
Yeah. Well, one car I sold everything. I sold my wallet and everything for $600. So how much you get? It was a little cool.
It seems nowadays, if you want a good ride and a good car, it helps to bring sponsorship along to the deal.
Yeah. Money's a lot more important than talent anymore.
Yeah, we've actually had a couple offers, but nothing's free anymore. And like everybody always asks when I'm going to go somewhere bigger, and it's not feasible the way it is in today's world. They don't really care about talent anymore, as you can see in the top levels. It's the kids that can bring the money. That's how it is.
Okay. One big change this year was the change of ownership of the Race of Champions. Looking at it from team's perspective, has it been a good or a bad transition?
I've had nothing but a good experience so far with Joe. Before the season started, he called and he gave everybody a fair chance and talked to everybody. Every race we've gone to has been very well run, and everybody was respected very well from him, and he seems to be trying to take it in the right direction and making it the best for the races that he can.
He's doing a real good job. And in any business, new was always better for a while.
Do you see Joe bringing some new sponsorship into the series over the coming, or this year?
He already brought in a title sponsor for us for the Ferris Mower deal. They've been the title sponsor, and he brought in other sponsors and other contingency stuff. So, I mean, he's definitely moving in the right direction as of now. So,
TJ, are we going to see some dirt racing action coming up?
He's scared.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about it. We're going to see what happens. I think in 2 weeks on Saturday we're going to go up to Thunder Mountain with him, and I guess after the races they let people practice or whatever, so probably going to go up and try it out and see what happens and go from there.
Well, I already know that once some of our viewers see this interview, there's going to be more people at Thunder Mountain because just seeing the Zach Pack show up at Dirt is going to be an experience. Let's talk about Shangri-La too. Let's start with, we're not going to throw George or anybody under the bus. We know there have been problems with the track. but at the same time, the guy opened up his checkbook during a recession and built us a racetrack. Not everything has been great, but what needs to happen? Shimon seems to be cooking along pretty good. What do we need to have happen up on Rumble Ridge?
It can't.
Thoughts? Anybody?
It really can't be a weekly track. That's all there is to that. It costs too much to maintain a motor and a car to run that big of a track and that fast of a track. So if he ran once a month, bigger shows, modifieds, B-mods, street stocks, stuff like that, I think he'd get cars as long as he didn't schedule against anything. But as far as a weekly track, just the way things are now on the asphalt side, people can't afford to do it every week up there. It's just too tough, and they can't afford the motors.
Should he host a few ROC races next year?
If you ask me, yes, because those are the only ones I can see him to win. Everywhere else, I can lead the whole race and have something go wrong, except for Shangri-La. So if it was up to me, I'd have all the ROC races there. Just.
And it was probably the pretty good money makers for him when the weather's good. The shows are pretty good when they have the ROC up there.
More racing action when the race report returns.
For 3 generations, we've been building world-class American performance.
Like the new Edelbrock Power Package Top-End Kit, based on Edelbrock's powerful RPM crate engines. Each kit includes aluminum heads and intake, cam and lifters, gaskets, and hardware to build your own 400-plus horsepower Chevy small block. For 3 generations, it's pure American performance from the leader. Call now for your free Edelbrock catalog.
Edelbrock makes them right here in the USA.
98.1 The Hawk, number 1 for 20 in a row.
This is Luke Bryan.
This is Eric Church.
This is Tim McGraw.
Binghamton's hot new country, 98.1 The Hawk.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Welcome back to the Race Report. Skyline Raceway Park hosted a doubleheader weekend with Saturday wins going to Randy Chantel, Greg Dowse, Tony Harris, Ray Lindquist, Charlie Towner, Chris Bonifoski, and Zach Mills. Sunday winners included Jim Rothwell, Dylan Cease, and Mike Robinson. At the Hill Speedway, Gary Lamphere, Darren Horton, Larry Lane, Tom Severcool, and Matt McKernan all scored wins. Saturday at Thunder Mountain Speedway, Chad Cook, Bob Stahl, Corey Cormier, Jonathan Carpenter, Rich Gardner, and Damon Henry Jr. all picked up wins. For Henry, it was his first career win. So here are some of the highlights of that win.
Out of the turn they come. Green is out. Bailey Boyd, Eric Boyd, father and son. Damon Henry Jr., another youngster up front as they go 3 wide down into turn number 1. What a battle royale. Then it's Joe McCabe 5th. Will Eastman and Dakota Anderson battling. Worthing now to the inside of Boyd. Damon Henry, hang on, we got a wheel off, a car up in the air. Damon Henry Jr., Eric Boyd down on the inside, Byron Worthing. Damon Henry Jr., I believe, going after his first ever XL 600cc modified feature win. Worthing now taking a look to the inside. 5 laps. Chris Kithcart back there 4th. Down into turn 3 out of 4. First ever win, Damon Henry Jr. See the happy youngster. Eric Boyd for 2, Byron Worthing for 3, Kithcart for 4, Bailey Boyd for 5.
This Saturday is the annual Racers Reunion at Amy's Checkered Flag in Waterloo, New York. It kicks off at 11 a.m. and it's open to the public. Sunday marks the 21st annual Central New York Stock Car Hall of Fame and Reunion at the Otsego County Fairgrounds in Morris. The flea market starts at 7 a.m. and the Hall of Fame ceremonies are at 1 p.m. There will be food, movies, memorabilia, race cars, classic cars, the Tired Iron Tractor Club, the Franklin Doodlebugs, and a lot of friends that love racing. This year's Hall of Famers include 5 Mile Point legend Gary Beadle. Sunday night, Thunder Mountain Speedway wraps up their season with the running of the Wade Decker Memorial. Gates open at 3 p.m. and the green flag flies at 6. Watkins Glen International capped off their racing season this past weekend with the U.S. Vintage Grand Prix weekend presented by Jaguar. This year's featured mark was Corvette. We leave you with sights and sounds of the nostalgic weekend. For the entire staff of the Race Report, thanks for watching. Till next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.
Better time so I can buy some better weed.